Deadpool and Wolverine has finally arrived. And to say it blew the doors off of the box office would not be an understatement. We're currently looking at $235 million domestically, almost $236, with the opening weekend being $211 million. This is, I believe, one of the highest grossing R-rated films of all time, if it's not the highest grossing. Come over here. Box office. Deadpool and Wolverine lands 6th biggest opening of all time with $211 million, makes R-rated history. So this article's okay, but I do have one problem that I just want to touch on with this real quick. Right here. Deadpool and Wolverine is the first R-rated movie released by Disney and puts the Kevin Feige-run Marvel on a road to recovery after a rough patch. That's not true. The MCU is not going to make a comeback just because one movie did good. It's almost completely disconnected from everything else that we're seeing them do MCU, besides sticking in the TVA from the Loki show and from a couple of the other shows. It's not completely disconnected, but it's not connected enough that they're going to be able to make better decisions going forward. And I think if anybody's really legitimately thinking that, they haven't been paying attention to what Marvel's been doing. That being said, Rotten Tomatoes, we have a 79% critic rating and a 96% audience score. I think that they wanted to shove this down a little bit, but they just couldn't. The movie is actually really good. I've got a couple of notes that I'll go over, so from here on, this video is going to contain spoilers, so if you don't want that, I appreciate you being here, but I've got to talk about this movie. I only had a couple of previews, and it was just the Alien Romulus and Twisters, and that was it. Some of the jokes going into the movie, they go into the Disney buying Fox pretty early on. They mention that. You know, they bring in the TVA almost immediately. And that's okay, because I think the way that they did it, they actually set up the TVA to be this kind of force that they had attempted to set up in other Marvel shows, but it just didn't work in those other shows. For it being a Deadpool and reaching through and having this crossover with Logan, I think they found a way to make it work. The opening credits of Deadpool dancing to Bye 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 by NSYNC. The minute that happened, I was like, oh, okay. All right, I'm into this. This is going to be a good movie, and it was. It didn't disappoint at all. We'll go over a couple of the cameos here in just a minute, but taking jabs at the MCU movies and TV shows that were going on all throughout the movie, just poking fun at little things here and there that the critics were telling us that we loved, but the audiences really just weren't feeling it. That was a wonderful addition. And I mean, this movie, they were honest, you know? Then whenever we actually get to see Wolverine in the suit, they gave us a little bit of a story to go with that as to why he didn't wear it before and why he is wearing it now. So that was a nice little touch, just to kind of fill in some of that backstory a little bit. And one thing that I don't think a lot of us were actually expecting to see was the mask. We got Logan in the mask during the third act of the movie. And that was something that longtime fans of Marvel had been waiting for. And leading up to this, we thought we were only going to get to see him in the, iconic yellow and blue suit. But I don't think anybody really expected the mask. This movie was filled with fan service, and it is by far the gayest Marvel movie out there, and not in a bad way. They stuck to the Deadpool stuff. They stuck with Wolverine, and they paid homage to Logan in a humorous way, but it was also it was meaningful. It was powerful. I love the movie. Let's go through a couple of the cameos, because this is the part that everybody's really talking about. Every cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. We've got this from Time, and they put almost everything in there. We get the Hulk at the very beginning. The Hulk being in there is just a little one-off thing, but it was cool to see, Hulk and Wolverine about to fight. Then Deadpool, nopes out of there as fast as possible. We got Henry Cavill as Wolverine, which was really cool to see, because that confirmed, some of these rumors that we had heard earlier on. And it's also a smack in the face to DC and James Gunn for getting rid of Cavill as Superman. Chris Evans, whenever he first shows up, it looks like he's going to be Captain America. And that's clearly how they set it up. You even have a moment where Deadpool goes, "It's Captain." And he rips off his cloak that he's wearing, and we get the flame on. And it was just that throwback from the old Fantastic Four movie was great to see. Like I said, this movie, it was just fun with all of this stuff. We get Toad, Lady Deathstrike, Pyro, Colossus. Yes, they're all in the movie for, just a few short little scenes and some fights and stuff. And again, cool throwbacks. We got Ant-Man's corpse. We've all seen that in the trailers. Sabretooth. This fight, I was honestly hoping it was going to be a little bit longer, but it was satisfying at the same time, even though it's a very quick fight. It's really satisfying. Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Again, another great throwback that I think that the creative team behind this movie knew who the fans were, and they wanted to show people all these things that people have asked for and wanted to see again. And the nostalgia, it's all nostalgia bait, but it was so good and so well done. It's respectful to everything that came in the past that we all loved. Wesley Snipes as Blade. This one I did not expect to see, and it was really cool. Just as he walks on screen for the first time, you're just like, oh wow, he's back. And we do get to see Blade do the Blade thing. Now, he's not killing vampires, but it is really cool to see Wesley Snipes back on screen in that jacket and just murdering people. A lot of fun. Channing Tatum as Gambit. Now, this was one that was rumored back in the day for X-Men, and we never got to see it. And I don't know why they wouldn't put Gambit in an X-Men film, but they never did. Channing Tatum does an amazing job as Gambit, and you even get a little bit of the Louisiana, nobody can understand what he's saying, like the little jabs in on some of that stuff. But seeing Gambit actually go through and use his cards and use his staff, and it was just great. This is personally my favorite cameo, but Gambit's always been one of my favorite X-Men, so it was really nice to see that. They did the costume justice. He just looks great in it. And then X-23. So yes, we did have X-23 in there with the iconic glasses that she has at the end of Logan, and that was really nice. And then of course Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool. I think everybody kind of saw that one coming, but nonetheless, it was still really cool to see. So I highly recommend the movie. I absolutely loved it. This movie, I think, is going to be it's going to have some significant cultural impact. And one of the reasons that I can say that definitively is Bye 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 by NSYNC is charting again. Highest position on Apple Music charts, number 52 on July 28th, 2024. Highest position on the iTunes charts, number 15, July 28th, 2024. And then the radio charts, it hit number 2 back in March of 2021. But it's more impactful than just that, because on the official NSYNC YouTube channel, they have renamed the video From NSYNC Bye 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 to official video from Deadpool and Wolverine. This is the one from 14 years ago with the 369 million views. They actually went in and altered the title so that people could find it by searching with Deadpool and Wolverine. So, again, I thought the movie was great. I want to see it a second time. I just enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, if you're wondering about going to see it. Now, I understand a lot of people are, they don't want to give Disney money, and that's fine. I'm not going to advocate for giving Disney money. But I also don't think that my, $26 to go watch the movie is going to be funding the next MCU trash heap that comes out. So, it's up to you. But I highly recommend the movie. All right, I am Hayden75. I am here to just talk and hang out with you guys, and we are fighting a culture war. We got a good movie for once. Enjoy the fact that we got a good movie. Tell them that what they did with this was the right thing to do, and who knows, maybe we're starting to see the shift happen. Please, comment down below, like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification bells, all that stuff that people that do YouTube say, because I'm here and I'm having fun doing this. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, because this was a kind of a hybrid video, just talking about it, and just wanted to kind of my first ever movie review. Look at that. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you in the next one.